O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson.
Oh, give me 5 days down, man. Oh.
You gave me too pretty a shot. I couldn't pass it up.
CBA 50 caliber MR.
CBA nitride, muzzle loader.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson is presented each week by CBA. It's just a better gun.
Well, this week we're back in Texas again. You've seen already that O'Neill and I were successful, but I want to show you a couple of hunts from some friends of mine out there, Mark and Lisa and Destiny. And first off, we're going to go with Lisa, who was there when I was hunting antelope, and we tried to help her get one too, so let's see how she does.
All right, we found 2 or 3 more good bucks over here. It's Lisa's turn to shoot. It should be right over the top of the hill when we slip over there, so he's up. Should be right. Straight that way. He's not one of the big ones, hold on. Well, I knew he was big. I didn't know he was that big.
He's a big one.
But he's a long ways off. If he makes it in those crop fields, then we can't hunt him. So I think we ought to just back up. Maybe he'll push those does back down here. He doesn't want them to go up there, so let's just ease out of here real quiet.
O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson, brought to you by Conus Optics, the Whitetail Institute of North America, Bill Jordan's Real Tree Camo, the Furminator, Enforcer Fire Aid 2000, Bojangles, and your local Toyota dealer.
Well, Lisa and I struck out when we tried it the first time, but Danny, who's Lisa's father, was out there with us, and he said, I'll show you how to get it done. We went over to another field and we found a group, and I stayed back and just let them go after them.
Coming around to the right. Can you see him?
Yeah.
The way we're using these decoys lets us get just a little bit closer, and even sometimes the other antelope will see them and come over to investigate.
He's not broadside.
In the center. He's one in the center.
I'm like right at his chest. He's getting right there with that one. Why's he gotta walk right at me?
Kill him.
Okay, feel pretty good about it.
Got him. You got him. Good shot, girl. About to give up, buddy.
Yeah. It's about to give up.
Good job. Nice job, Dan. It's like old time, my friend.
Just after Lisa took that shot, you saw those rain clouds off in the distance. Well, they were on top of us in just a few minutes. So we had to go back to the truck and wait it out.
That's the first time I ever been run back to the truck by a storm after I shot one and couldn't go look at him.
I
I
know.
was about to freeze time we got back out.
He's a little wet, a little soggy.
Well, we don't care. When you're the last day and the storm's coming up, he can be wet as he wants to be. We got him on the ground. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
I mean, we
Well,
barely got him, and it was lightning.
I knew
And
the storm was coming. The decoys was working. With the $6, it's hard to pick out the best one there.
Yeah.
I know.
get him to clear,
Yeah.
and they was getting behind him and in front of him, and
That's the best we've had them decoy in a long time. And
yeah, that was cool.
you know, I know you're young, you don't know this, but you know why that worked?
Why?
Because this old white hair blowing in the wind, they thought they was running. Good
Must have
job.
been. We'll have to have you around more often.
I'll go do it again.
He's got a kicker right here.
Yes, that's a nice antelope.
Well, thanks for letting me
You're
come.
Love you.
Love
Good
you.
job. You're a good shot.
Thank you.
Today I'm going to talk to you about a critter that you don't know much about, and he's got a terrible reputation considering the movies and television shows you've seen, but he really is a good guy, and it's the bat. Now in Georgia, there are 16 species of bats. You see them from time to time, late afternoon, early mornings. And some biologists say that they're in 95% decline. I wonder why we care. Well, in northwest Georgia at Plant Bowen, Georgia Power is doing a yeoman's task and seeing to it that the habitat remains firm and that the population is monitored. But I brought with me today Jim Osier. He's a wildlife biologist with Georgia Power. Listening to what I just said about bats, why don't you kind of straighten me out on this? He's really not a bad guy, is he?
Well, he's not such a bad guy, and really everything you said is true, but most people don't have a very good idea of bats. So one thing we hope to do is dispel some of those bad ideas, and also try to overcome some of the problems. The big decline you're talking about is a huge problem, and mostly because of a disease that emerged over the last few years called
That
white
little-
nose.
The white
syndrome.
nose. I've
Right.
seen some of those things on television before.
Right.
So if we could elevate the population again, what benefit do we derive from it?
Well, bats actually provide a lot of benefits to the everyday homeowner. They're consuming insects, mosquitoes, lots of other pests right around the backyard. They benefit farmers too. Lots of the pests they eat are big farm pests. So they could save a farmer millions of dollars or over time on insect control, and plus keep all those chemicals out of our environment.
Where are we likely to be able to see or know where they live?
Well, like as you mentioned, there's 16 species of bats in Georgia. They have similar habitats in some ways, but vastly different in other ways. Some require caves. Actually, the ones that are being affected by white nose, they're picking up that fungal disease within these caves. And some of them just use the caves in the winter, some use them in the summer as well. Most of the ones that we're working with here on Georgia Power land are those that are foraging and roosting in wooded situations. So we're hoping to improve our wooded habitats, make them good for roosting by increasing the number of dead trees, putting up roosting boxes such as the one we have here, even maintaining old structures such as this one we have here. This old barn could be good roosting habitat for bats.
Well, what about just the neighborhood guy right now that's watching the program? What can he do?
Well, one thing is just be a little bit more tolerant of having them around. Again, don't look at them as something to be afraid of. If one gets in your house, you probably don't want to keep them there for long. But putting up a bat house is one thing you could do. Maybe using fewer pesticides around your house that are going to be killing insects and maybe getting into the food chain. Various things like that can really help a long way.
When we sit on the deck in the evening, when we have the opportunity to do so, and we see them flying around in the fading light, that's a good thing.
That's a good thing, right?
Eating mosquitoes.
Right.
Good.
Very good.
Now the next hunt I want to show you is my good buddy Mark Scroggins, who's been a cameraman for me before. He's a guide at Rush Creek, and he's also Lisa's husband. So it's a little bit of a role reversal. I'm on camera for him and he's on the gun this time. But we knew where there was a couple good bucks hanging out, and guess what? We're after them again.
Everybody's finished up for the most part. Neil killed one last night, and Travis is still here, so here we are again. We've been at this a while now. He filmed me over in Oklahoma for a couple days, and we didn't see no good bucks there. And so this is my first evening in Texas, and we got two really good bucks. A great big 8 and a great big 9 working this field right here. In fact, we had pictures of both of them last night. So one of them just barely after dark. So it's much colder this evening. And if there was a day for them to walk in the daylight, tonight's it. So we're gonna sit back and see what happens here.
Wasn't long before we had a bunch of deer out in the field, a bunch of does and young bucks. I was feeling pretty good about that evening. A little later, a nice 9-point came in. He was walking with a limp, but we knew it was the one we had on camera. The problem with that tall grass is with that buck mingling around the other deer, staying in that tall grass and brush, we just didn't have an ethical shot. Waited and waited and waited some more, and then finally, just as we were about to lose light,
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Oh my gosh. Folks. Man, yeah. Think I was ever gonna get a shot. He come across right here, and the grass was so tall I couldn't get a shot, and then he got out there checking them other deer, and finally got him. I tell you, I don't hunt in front of the camera much anymore, but for years I did. And to tell you that I'm not happy right now. Thank you, Lord, Mr. Travis. Hey, buddy, it's all you, man. Man. Got a day off and got to come sit in front of the camera and kill the big deer. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. He's right there. I couldn't find him. Look at there, folks. That second shot. I hit him good the first one, but that second one just dumped him. Oh, whew, big old headed thing. He was limping. I seen him limping coming, but I couldn't get a shot at him in the grass. And finally, I think one of them does kind of buggered and he kind of bounced. But he stopped quartering away and I put it to him. I tell you, it never gets old. My buddy Travis been out here, filmed him kill one. O'Neill killed one, Destiny killed one. Had an evening and I got a chance to go, and we even got pictures of him. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. I love it, I love it. All you can do is say, thank you, Lord, on something like this.
Just a few years ago, I got to go out west for a hunt. Very first time, went to Montana and it was great. And I was using Conus 842s. Now, what is that? The first number is the power, 8. The next number is the distance across the objective lens. How wide is that, and how much light does it let in so that you can see in low light conditions and you can just see more. Okay. When you get ready for your trip of a lifetime and you're going to go out west, outfit yourself with the best gear. The best gear for that is the Conus 1050. 10 power and 50 across the objective lens. Lets in more light. You can see, but ooh, there's one over. No, it's not really, I'm just kidding. Conus 1050s. And that is your Conus tip of the week. Do me a favor, do yourself a favor. Take a moment sometime soon. Visit o'neilloutside.com. Right there on the home page is a little list right on the front that says the online store. My good friends and I have put together quite a lineup of outdoor gear. O'Neill Outside branded t-shirts and hoodies and all that, but more than that. It's great gear, great prices, good discounts, prompt delivery. Take a look at the O'Neill Outside with Travis Johnson online store. It's worth your time, and I would appreciate you doing that. I don't make any money, but I'm trying to provide a service.
We have more with O'Neill and Travis, but first, let's thank these sponsors. QDMA, the Quality Deer Management Association. Georgia Power. Timbuktu Outdoors. Year One. The Georgia Department of Economic Development. Boat US. And Tough Shed. Now, let's join O'Neill for some flavorful cooking with Swaggerty Farm sausage.
A ribeye and twice baked potato. Sounds great, doesn't it? Here's a way to improve on it. Well, you're going to be so surprised. Let's put the steaks on. Let's get them started. Twice baked potatoes. Aren't they great? Watch now. Swaggerty's fresh sausage. It's better if you use your hands. Put it right in the twice baked. It gives a whole new flavor to the potato. It's not so bland. And I guarantee you, you'll want them this way forever. But it can only be Swaggerty's, with recipes started in 1930. It's sold all over the country, in grocery stores, and even lots of restaurants. Cheese. I bet you can't wait. Steak and potatoes. Can't beat it. Well, we just did. Steak and twice baked potatoes with Swaggerty sausage. We've changed the rules again. This is the way it'll be from now on. Time for the CVA guest book this week from Steve Witkowitz, I think's his name, in Feeding Hills, Maine. He asks, which is the best black powder to use, loose or pellets? Well, I use pellets. The measure is exactly what you call for, okay? It's exactly 50 grains. Loose, you can over or under according to how you manage it. Of course, simple chemistry will tell you that the loose, because of the presence of oxygen inside the mix, would burn hotter and faster. But I'm here to tell you, not enough that you can tell unless you're in a lab somewhere. I would defy you to be able to tell the difference putting loose and firing and then put a pellet and firing. You can't tell the difference. I use pellets, and that's what I recommend. Hodgson powder, quality, consistent powder. If you'd like to be awarded a CVA muzzleloader, go to o'neilloutside.com. If we use your comment on the air, CVA will send you a muzzleloader, and you can use loose or pellets, whichever one you want.
Now, you heard Mark mention that his daughter Destiny had already killed her buck, but I was saving the best for last. The first afternoon I was in the blind with Destiny, and the buck came in and we just couldn't get a shot. A little bit too far away, and he was on the other side of the fence. So the second afternoon, Mark decided to go in there with us, maybe change our luck. Here's what happens.
Well, girl, hopefully he will come back again. We had him last night. And then that joker was back in here on the trail camera earlier, or in the middle of the night. So maybe tonight he won't walk up and down that fence and not come out of the milo and give us a shot. Just a little. There he is right there, see him? That's him for sure. Okay, here they come, here they come. Just when he gets in the field, as soon as he turns broadside, you kill that joker. He's coming right on in. You got him? Yeah. Okay. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes. Just let him get to the field. Can you shoot him right there? Yeah. Okay, kill that joker right there, kill him. Good shot, good shot. Rack another one, just in case. He's gonna stop. See him right there? He's going down. That a girl. I think he is done right there. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you. That's 2 days in a row. He's been gone a month and now he's back and we killed him. Okay, hey, if he's dead right there now, he'll be dead in a few minutes. We're gonna let's let him wait right there and watch him, make sure he don't get up. We'll slip down there. We'll give him 15, 20 minutes. I don't see anything. That a girl. I'm proud of you, Kay. Good job.
One of the things that we haven't hammered and talked about much in the program, but I get questions about it all the time and they're not a surprise, is about how do you pick a hunting guide? Now, I've been to Texas and Kansas and Oklahoma and all those places with Rush Creek Guide Service, a fellow by the name of Danny Pierce. And I went out there because another hunter told me about it. That's how you pick the guide. You speak to people with whom he's already hunted. Rush Creek, you can't go wrong. His name's Danny Pierce. Fabulous places to hunt.